Next, controlling chemical contamination in agri raw items must. तो अगेन केमिकल कंटेमिनेशन जो है इन एग्रीकल्चरल आइटम, इसके रिगार्डिंग वी सॉ रीसेंट केस एज वेल, जहाँ पे कि जो मैक्सिमम रेजिड्यू लेवल्स है दैट हैड बीन इंक्रीज्ड. तो ऑल्दो वो जो चेंज है दैट वाज इनसिग्निफिकेंट एंड वे बिलो द एक्चुअल लेवल ऑफ थ्रेट, लेकिन जो अदर कंट्रीज है फॉरेन कंट्री लाइक हांगकांग एटसेट्रा, द केमिकल नेम वाज इथाइलिन ऑक्साइड. तो उसके रिगार्डिंग there were allegations. So that was much higher in India than the other states as well. So FSSAI it asserted that controlling this chemical contamination is essential for the food industry.
Why it is essential? Because the impacts that it can have, the severe impacts, would be in the form of bioaccumulation and biomagnification in the food chain and the food web. Secondly, it can lead to water pollution of the groundwater levels and even of the water bodies like the rivers, when we're talking about the surface runoff because of, again, the torrential rainfalls. And then thirdly would be the impact on the productivity. It would lead to soil erosion and desertification of the land.
And also export पे भी impact पड़ेगा, and like जो market image है that also can get hampered. तो उसके लिए भी to promote the food processing industry, you have to take care of it, apart from the agriculture and health issues. Next, of mother and motherland. So the design for living in the Delhi's Bikaner house. So one of his brass wares that were on display in Vayu.
So these brass wares, these are again part of the traditional culture in the Arunachal Pradesh state. So you can have a look at even different tribes which are mentioned, like Gaddis tribes that is found in Arunachal.
We have already covered this one, no comfort in 100 days. How we can tackle unemployment, and the major two schemes, the apprenticeship and employment linked incentives. Next, climate change causes riskier popular last chance to tourism. So as we read कि जो ice caves है उनके regarding the vanishing glaciers and ice caves, again they cause sudden disruptions जिससे कि जो sites है they become very unstable, and therefore it is also impacting tourism. India में ही we saw the major example, that is near Ladakh, जहाँ पे ice skiing etc. that was promoted at a higher rate, but since due to climate change it is not happening and decreased tourism.
So we are seeing 500,000 people visiting Iceland, particularly for glacier tours. So like when we are talking about the assessing the carrying capacity of the tourist hotspots, so that is important. Like even Supreme Court has stated the importance of assessing this thing and implementing so that we are able to safeguard the fragile ecosystem also. So like few days ago, we were talking about that Bhutan is the first country in the world who implemented this tourist permit system.
And also Bhutan is the first carbon negative country.
Yes, right.
So very well it has been managing its climatic system.
It's also known for its mindful cities. So when it is comes to sustainability and balancing, conserving the environment and ecology, along with ensuring growth and development. So Bhutan is one of the role models.
Next, all is not well with the Himalayas. तो again alarming situation है. For the first time in recorded history, Om Parvat in Uttarakhand was devoid of snow. So as I just mentioned, there is no snow. Peak known for eternally being covered in snow forms the shape of Om on the terrain deriving its name. So Gulmarg in Kashmir also experienced a 2-month dry spell with no snowfall in January this year. So experts say while global warming and higher temperatures have played their part, intense heat waves and forest fires have also been big factors. तो जब हम क्लाइमेट चेंज की बात करते हैं कि मेजरली व्हाई इज इट हैपनिंग, तो मेन जो एनर्जी बजट होता है कि जैसे द अमाउंट ऑफ सन रेज दैट कम टू द सर्फेस ऑफ द अर्थ और फिर वो रिफ्लेक्ट हो जाती है, तो दैट इज द नेचुरल सिस्टम दैट मस्ट एक्चुअली हैपन. बट द इशू हियर इज कि विद द इंक्रीज्ड ग्रीन हाउस गैसेस, जो ट्रैपिंग होती है ऑफ दिस हीट दैट हैज इंक्रीज्ड अ लॉट, जिससे द amount of radiations that the earth receives, they are not able to get released back into the atmosphere or into the space. They get trapped itself. तो उसकी वजह से there has been an overall increase in the climate, in the temperature, and thus leading to climate change. Further, इसके अलावा major changes that we read were regarding the Amazon, maybe how there have been change in the trends, and also coral bleaching, rising in the sea levels, जो कि again are threat to the coastal cities. So these are the major challenges. Further, even in fishing, etc., employment maybe there are major challenges that are seen with relation to migration
When we're
of the
talking about
plantains.
India's Panchamrit target, and one of them is carbon neutrality by 2070. So that needs to be a priority at the global level also, because again, Himalayan and the Hindu Kush mountain range is known as the third pole in the world. So they are very important, very crucial for even the human existence, because if we talk about hydrologically, climatologically, or meteorologically, so that forms very important aspect of the human existence. And there are direct visible impacts also, and some latent impacts which are again hidden behind this change in the climate. And even IPCC AR6 report, it is stating that it is crucial we keep talking about this and acknowledge that there is a big reminder of the consequences of climate change. So not just talking, but we need to take action also. We need to act also. And like Himalayas, they will experience 30 to 50% loss in the volume of glaciers, and that by 2050 rivers will reach peak water availability. So how we are prepared to deal with such type of situation, and how, like when we're talking about the impact on the agriculture sector, so that is why we're talking about the climate smart and climate resilient agricultural practices using the genetic variation technology in terms of GM seeds that can help, and how we can better adapt to this situation.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much everyone for joining us on Ansarkari. Stay tuned for further detailed discussions in the upcoming sessions.